Boat in Miami, Florida. This is my dog, Marty McFly, and today we're going to be teaching you how to teach your dog how to shake hands. I use Marty's dry food as a reward, but you can use whatever value of treat that you need in order to make this fun, to be able to accomplish the results that you want with your dog. So don't be afraid to use something like hot dog or chicken or a beef jerky treat. Marty will work for his own food, so that's why you see me working with his food. So what I do initially to get a dog to shake hands, and I do clicker training, so you're going to hear me clicking, is I'll take a handful of treats in my hand, and I will let Marty smell it. And what I want is that, and I want you to pay attention to his feet. He's actually already kind of doing it for me because he knows this trick. But what I want you to do is reward any foot movement that your dog produces to try to reach for the treat, because that's how we actually lure the behavior in this case. So as I let Marty sniff my food, you may see me clicking for foot movement, and what I'm ultimately going to be doing is clicking and rewarding for any foot movement that's higher and higher until he can touch my hand. And I will use a whole handful of food because I want to be able to distribute out little pieces as we continue along. Okay, Marty, so what I'll do is I'm going to hold it to Marty's nose, and I might move my hand around just a little bit, and as his foot comes up off the ground, let's see if his foot comes up off the ground. I will click for him, but it's got to be a deliberate movement for me. I want him essentially to try to paw this food out of my hand. Good boy. So then I'm going to go ahead and open my hand and let him have some food. Good boy, Marty. And then we'll do it again. And I'm just moving. Good boy. I'm moving my hand kind of back and forth, enticing him with my food to try to get him to be motivated to essentially paw or scratch this food out of my hand. So we'll do it again. Good boy. And you'll notice too that it doesn't matter to me at this point which foot he lifts. I want to reward him for any correct movement. So if he lifts either foot to try to reach for my food, I am going to reward him for that. Good boy. And then ultimately, what you want to be able to do once you practice this several times and your dog gets really, really good at lifting the foot, just kind of lifting the foot up like that, is you only want to reward him for putting his hand on your hand. So I might try holding my hand a little bit lower to see if I can get Marty to actually lift his hand up high enough that I can maybe try to place my hand under it. Good boy! So now I'm only clicking Marty for making contact with my hand. That would be the next step in this trick. Good boy, Marty. You'll notice too that if you hold your hand down too low, the dog is going to try to lay down. So if you have that problem, it's because you're holding your hand too low. Good boy. So remember to constantly kind of move your hand around. Not really fast like that. That'll confuse the dog. But you may need to move your hand around a little bit to make sure the dog isn't getting confused thinking you want him to lay down. So I'm going to continue to click and reward Marty for any foot movement. And then as time goes on, I'll only click him for high enough foot movements that allow me to essentially grab his hand. And before you know it, you have a dog that will willingly place hand in your hand. Marty, hop, hop. Good boy, without the use of a treat. So I'm Dee from Applause Your Paws Dog Training, and this has been my video on how to teach a dog to shake hands. Thanks so much.